This afternoon's first semifinal has the Kane High School Blues from St. Albert, Alberta, taking on the Evan Hardy Sauls. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your starting lineups. First, for the Blues, a 6'2" forward, number 13, Zach Wilkie. A 6'4" forward, number 14, Justin Weed. 6'7" center, number 15, Lyndon Molenek. A 6'3" guard, number 23, Gavin Bradley. And a 5'8" guard, number 44, Travis Blacker. Head coach of the Blues, Mr. Cameron Fisher. Assistant coach, Mr. Gallardo. And now, let's meet the starters for the Evan Hardy Sauls. A 6'1" forward, number 5, Taylor Burns. 5'9" guard, number 11, Pierce Ward. A 6'3" forward, number 12, Joey Deason. 5'11" guard, number 14, Chris Friesen. And the 6' forward, number 15, Graham Hunter. The head coach of the Sauls, Mr. Kirkland Patterson. Assistant coach, Dean Broughton. The referees for this first semifinal, Mr. Graham Redicott and Mr. Brad Smith. All right, fans, you know what time it is. Let's play BRIT basketball. Basket's not going to count foul on the play. Foul call for the Blues, number 44, Travis Blacker. That's his first. Gavin Bradley. Timeout call by the Evan Hardy Souls. The many contributions and donations from our community help make BRIT an awesome tournament. We would like to thank United and Blue Line Cams, Chess, Nail, and Olympian Sports for their support in this year's BRIT. Joey Deason. Foul on the Blues, Gavin Bradley, his first team's third. Chris Friesen, 2-4-2.
All right, welcome to the first semifinal at BRIT. We finally have audio. For most people, that might be a good thing, unless you watched the BCS championship game between Florida and Oklahoma on Thursday night. When you saw those horrible announcers, you probably think the mute button is a better thing. However, I'll try to do better than they did. We're midway through the first quarter. Well, a little bit more than midway, 2:29 to go in the first. Evan Hardy and St. Paul Kane High School from St. Albert, Alberta. Let's sort of pick up the action here and set the lineups as we go. Hardy has done a decent job with their press. They're falling back into a 2-3 zone. With the ball, we have number 44, Travis Blacker, who's played pretty well so far. Looks to get things going for the Blues, but can't stop the transition hoop by Chris Friesen. Hardy setting up in that 2-2-1 press now after the score. Joey Deason, a man among boys, on the point of the press. Nice job breaking the pressure by St. Albert, and they get the easy deuce.
Number 13, Zach Wilkie.
Well, like I said, a man among boys. Joey Deason gets up and over the top. Best way to break pressure defense is getting it in and out quickly, and that's exactly what Hardy did right there. And St. Albert comes back doing a nice job of transitioning it themselves, beating the pressure over the top. Ball gets in quickly before the press has a chance to set up. Justin Weeb goes to the line. A blast from the past. We had a Justin Weeb at Bedford Road playing last year. That's not him. Different guy. He gets the three-point play. And the pressure set up by St. Albert. Again, Hardy right over the top. Expecting the pressure. Easy conversion on the other end. The Blues press actually looks a little bit disorganized and disjointed. They might have to get rid of that press because it's doing nothing but providing easy transition layups for the Hardy Souls. But on the flip side, St. Albert is really able to break the press with ease as well. Both presses are really only leading to open layups and transition opportunities. I think they're going to have to rethink their pressure strategies, both teams, in the early going. Last minute of the first quarter here. Hardy falls back now. Looks like a little man-to-man action now from Evan Hardy. Trying to play him straight up. 3-point lead. Quarter ticking down. Oh, nice little cut. And take to the rim. It's Gavin Bradley. Gets the driving layup off a very nice cut up to the top of the key. Little 1-2-2 pressure. They get the turnover there. But bad pass. And an easy transition layup.
Break in the lead, Justin Weeb.
One, 2-2 press again. Now they get it to the middle, which is where you really want to go with the ball against the press. Now they're getting to the sidelines. It's dangerous. That's where they want to trap it. But I guess your answer, get it to Deason, who can just power his way to the rim. He's quick and explosive, gets into the rim pretty much at will. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. 18-19. Evan Hardy leads by 1 point.
Stick around. 3 quarters to decide a winner.
So we joined you with the audio a little bit late. Hopefully you're enjoying. Yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the game so far, and hopefully the audio enhancement is making it a more pleasant experience for you. If not, I suppose you can always just click the mute button, as my wife usually does, although she only has that imaginary mute button. So as we take a quarter break here, Evan Hardy really seemed to get off to an explosive start in transition. They go over the top of that press really easily, and they look to push the ball quickly as it comes out of the rim. If they can keep doing that, I think they're going to have a lot of success against this 1-2-2 press. When they had to slow it down and actually work their press break, it seemed a little bit shaky, getting into the sideline traps and then turning it over a little bit. For the Blues, from Paul Kane, same kind of thing. When they get the ball down the floor quickly, they're having success, but they didn't really have any trouble with Hardy's 2-2-1 press at all. I think that they look like they can work that pretty much at ease. I think both defenses might want to just back it off a little bit, play more straight up defense, make these teams beat them from the perimeter instead of driving layups and transition layups. So we're going to get started on the second quarter here. We'll see if these coaches made any adjustments. With the ball, number 23, Gavin Bradley at the top. Kicks it to number 44, takes it to the rim. That was a nice drive, just didn't go for Travis Blacker, and then bang, Hardy in transition. That's a good look. The pass is a little long, but really, that's a good look over the top. You'll take those kind of turnovers if you're Coach Barclay Patterson, wanting to push the tempo. Now Hardy seems to be backing off a little bit, playing more transition D, leaving a wide open shooter at the top. Number 14, Justin Weeb, can't make it happen. Good job fighting for that loose ball by Zach Wilkie, getting another possession, and Blackie gives it off to 15, Lyndon Bolanek, who drains the little elbow jumper. That's a back over call. Whoops. Lack of awareness, just trying to get rid of that ball. It's a little hot potato. Just got to relax against the press and make the right passes and work your press break and trust that it's going to be there. Got to know where the lines are on the court. Bill Bradley's book, Knowing Where You Are? A Sense of Where You Are, that's what it was called. Blacker has the ball go right through his hands there, but he's going to set up a little pressure right in his face from number 4, Matthew Unruh. He jacks up. Nobody else touched the ball in that possession. Blacker needs to, as a point guard, get other people involved a little better than that. Graham Unruh has that shot erased. Now Blacker's got to set up. He's got to get his teammates involved here. As the point guard, you're the facilitator, you're the floor general. You got to have other guys getting touches. We're down to 12 seconds on the shot clock. Nobody else has touched the ball. And again, look at that. Nobody even is in position to offensive rebound. Hardy in transition. And a three-point play opportunity. You know, you hate to be too critical of some of these guys, but Travis Blacker is a point guard. You know, nobody else touches the ball. They have a tendency to relax. They're not cutting or moving. Ball goes up. Nobody's there to rebound. And once he goes in, nobody went back to play safety, and Hardy gets a really easy look in transition. Looking to complete the play is Graham Unruh, number 15. Unable to do so. Bolanek with the rebound. Now here's Blacker. Let's see if he can get his teammates involved. Nice post entry and an easy two. Easy two for number 13, Zach Wilkie. Now it gives him a chance to set up their pressure. And again, Hardy kind of cuts through it with ease. 2-2, no, just man. Looks like Barclay Patterson has decided to back off that 2-2-1 press. Good idea, in my opinion, for what that's worth. Blacker again forces up a quick shot. He's going to shoot this team right out of the game. If he's the shooter, he needs to almost be playing an off guard or a 2-guard spot. Let the ball move around. Let guys cut, move, get in position for rebounds, get the defense out of position. But he's basically just kind of a one-man show out there. And even when those shots are falling, it's tough to play with a point guard like that. But when they're missing, it really is a killer. Carmen Bradley in the game for the Blues. Oh, nice backdoor look, but pass didn't go through. Now Blues have a transition look of their own, and Blacker's able to convert that. That was a nice finish. A little 1-2-2 pressure. Back into a 2-3. Hardy's just going to work that ball around, get the looks they want. Weeb comes out of the pack to Blacker, fires it up, nails that one. Another quick look. That one went that time for Blacker. Hardy's going to try to move the ball against that zone defense, little 3-2 zone look. The shots against the 3-2 zone are really going to come from the baseline. Hardy wants to probably run something that's going to overload the baseline, put 3 guys down there, maybe either a double low post with a runner or some kind of screening motion game that's going to get 3 down low with the 3 defenders up high for the Blues. Those shots are going to come on the baseline. Again, they've got all their players up high. Now a cutter low. They need to overload. There we go. Decent cutting down low. They need to overload that baseline against the three high look against the Blues defense there. Now they're going to man up again. Little hop step from Weeb. That's not going to go. Good offensive rebound by number 15, Bolanak. And the lead builds for St. Albert. That transition game is such a killer for Evan Hardy right now. They get the ball out so quick, hit it ahead so quick. St. Albert's really got to focus on getting back on defense off of makes and misses. There's Blocker running the point. He's going to get a little clear out, little pick and roll action on the ball side. There you go. That's a good play. He got his teammates involved a little bit, running the pick and roll, took it to the rim. And those are the kind of plays you like to see. Getting it to the rim, forcing the defense to adjust and make and rotate. And we have a timeout by Evan Hardy. Barclay Patterson's going to make some adjustments. And really, I think that he's probably, if I were Barclay, maybe go back to that 2-3. That was pretty effective, but stay out of the 2-2-1 press. For St. Albert, they just really got to work on getting back on defense. Yeah, St. Mary's got to really transition well on offense, get the opportunities they can, get back on defense and stop those layup opportunities. Evan Hardy needs to make jump shots. They haven't really made any jump shots so far. Everything's been in transition, and you hate to get beat by layups. Really, if you can stop layups by just hustling and getting back, you got to make people beat you by jump shots if they're killing you in transition. So we're going to head to the line. Blocker's going to try to complete the three-point play. 3:57 to go in the second quarter. It's 31-25 for St. Albert. Just been informed that we don't actually have a camera on the score clock, which I was unaware of, so I'll keep you updated on the score a little more often here. Blocker converts, 32-25 for St. Albert. Hardy again, quick down the floor. Little running shot that misses, but nice cleaning up the junk. That's number 11, Pierce Ward, doing a good job of penetrating that zone. Now Hardy's going to come back with a little pressure of their own, little 1-2-2. Created the travel, created a double team. And that's a good time to come with pressure, come with a trap, out of a timeout, change the tempo a little bit, catch them off guard. Not sure if they'll stay in this, but good to come out of a timeout with it. Hardy against now 2-3 zone against St. Mary's. They've shifted their zone up a little bit. Graham Under taking it to the rim. 32-29 St. Albert, 3:21 to go in the second quarter. Blocker into the trap, and he turns it over. Two nice plays by Evan Hardy. But again, not understanding where they are on the court. That's number 21. Who is number 21? Andrew Bernier with a little mental lapse there. But real two nice bursts out of the timeout for Evan Hardy. Nice change of pace, and has caught Paul Kane with their pants down a little bit. They're going to have to adjust and get back into their press break offense. You've got to be able to transition quickly out of timeouts and read and react. You can't have 2 or 3 possessions where you don't understand the defense in a game like this, a game this tight. Again, blocker, long three-pointer, unable to convert the offensive rebound. Now Hardy in transition. Oh, we're going to get an offensive foul on number 21. Andrew Bernier pushing off underneath on that offensive rebound.
Foul charge for 21, Andrew Bernier.
Chris Friesen got a good look on that jumper. You like that clean look. Transition jumpers are great. A lot of times the best way to get a three-point look or a clean look if you're a shooter is in transition because everybody's running to find their man. Good look, but just couldn't quite get the offensive rebound without pushing off. And again, they're able to beat the pressure is St. Albert. Finally back to their press break. Once they run their press break, they seem to be able to get into it fairly easily. They just got to remember to do it on a consistent basis. Decent, a tough look underneath. They can't get it to go. And here we go, trying to double the ball. St. Albert aware of it. Blocker down the lane. Misses the bunny. Boy, you need to have those fall. Those bunny looks in a tough game like this. You know he wants that one back. You know he makes those 9 out of 10 times. St. Albert's backed off the pressure a little bit. They're just going to sort of stay in a standard defense. Little 2-3-3-2 action. It's almost like a 2-1-2 zone the St. Mary's is playing. That middle guy able to morph up and down, giving them different looks. Nice take to the rim. Oh, he's going to get a little reach in. And Brad Smith's not going to put up with any back talk. You're not going to be able to talk him out of a call.
His second.
Veteran official.
Kane, number 13, Zach Wilkie.
And a heck of a phys ed teacher. So 32-31, Evan Hardy has cut the gap to 1:37 to go at halftime. Tough pass there. Turn it over. Here comes St. Albert in transition. Can't get that one to go. And back the other way, Hardy pushing the pace. Nice transition. Chris Friesen able to score in transition. Pierce Ward did a good job of pushing the pace and finding the cutter. Hardy just really rams it down your throat if you're not looking. You can't fall asleep against Evan Hardy. Any turnover, any even rebound, and they're just flying back down the floor. And they're looking always to hit ahead. They're always looking for that open man. And even if you're running back on defense, if you have your head turned and aren't following the ball, they'll zip that past your ear for a layup. I love that kind of transition basketball. If you can get lots of easy looks and you don't have to work hard for it, it just makes your offense that more effective. So we have 1:21 to go in the second quarter. Evan Hardy's taken the lead, 33-32. I'd imagine in the timeout right now, Paul Kane's coach probably talking about being aware of the changing defenses, and staying out of that trap on the sidelines. When they're in their press break, do such a nice job of finding the open man, but coming out of the timeouts, they haven't always been able to recognize those changing defenses quickly. Evan Hardy's had some good success defensively coming out of timeouts. We'll have to see. It looks like they're in that 2-2-1 zone press again. Advertising it. I think Kane should be able to beat this fairly easily. And they get a nice open look from the corner. And here comes Hardy. They're going to push that pace. Got to avoid that over and back. Oh, that's the second time Pierce Ward is throwing it out of bounds. Trying to push the pace, trying to get over the top. That sideline pass, he's had some difficulty with it. Let's see if he makes any adjustments. Turnover that time on a lazy pass into the middle. It's the right idea, but that bounce pass takes a long time to get there. Hard to make that happen. Fortunately, they were able to get it back on the turnover. And a nice conversion by number 9, Kevin Blair. Now setting up in the 1-2-2 again is Paul Kane. Evan Hardy choosing to attack it with 3 high, but able to dribble penetrate down low, which is what you want to do. Got to get to that baseline against the 1-2-2 pressure. Now they should be able to trap that on the sideline. Didn't quite get there in time. And now Paul Kane's going to have a chance to set up on offense here. Lazy pass against the zone. Well, you knew that Blacker wasn't going to be shy about putting it up. You really want to hold for the last shot in that situation. You put it up way too early. Not even a comment on that one. That was just uglier than sin. So at the half, we've got a 35-34 score. And again, reminding myself that people at home watching on the feed here don't have access to the clock. Blacker took that long three-pointer with 6 full seconds to go on the clock. You really want to hold for the last shot there. Even if you put it up with 3 seconds, even maybe you get an offensive rebound. But at 6 seconds, you're really giving the Hardy team a chance to get a rebound and transition it the other way. And I mean, 6 seconds to take a 30-foot or a 24-foot three-point shot, you can probably get something better. So we're going to step aside at halftime here. Watch. I'm not sure if the video feed will show the freshman-junior halftime one-on-one contest, but we will pick it up with the audio at the start of the third quarter. So you can grab a snack or a soothing beverage or go to the lobby and grab yourselves a treat.
Entertainment for this game is the one-on-one competition. The one-on-one competition takes place at halftime throughout the tournament. The best junior and frosh boys players from Saskatoon's collegiates compete in this 3-minute competition. And this frosh competition features Graham Black of Walter Murray, and Corey Marazzi of BJM. watching for more one-on-one competitions later on today. BRIT would like to acknowledge the support shown from various sponsors in the community. Morris Disposal Services sponsors BRIT annually, as well as Chianti's Restaurant, Old Dutch Foods, United and Blue Line Gas, Sasktel, Olympian Sports, and the Ramada Hotel is the official hotel of BRIT. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Ramada Hotel and Golf Dome for their generous support of our tournament year after year.
All right, for those of you listening at home and around the globe on the internet, we are about to start the second half of the Paul Kane, Evan Hardy semifinal here at BRIT. About a minute to go till the start of the third quarter. Evan Hardy holding a 1-point lead, 35-34. Interesting to see how the second half plays out. I think that if Paul Kane really wants to win, they really need to somehow find a way to slow down Evan Hardy's fast break and transition game. If that means stopping the pressure or stopping the press, they might have to think about doing that, even though that's their style. You almost need to sprint back to the key to make sure you're not giving up transition layups first. But it's hard to change your stripes. You know, if that's the style you play all year, it's hard to change. But it seemed like Evan Hardy, that does such a good job in transition, he might have to change a little bit. When you look at the first half, really Evan Hardy didn't hit many jump shots from outside the key. Everything came on layups and in transition. And if I'm coaching Paul Kane right now, I'm telling my guys, if we can make them shoot jump shots, we're going to win this game. If we keep giving up layups, it's going to be a dogfight. From Evan Hardy's perspective, again, they gave up some transition hoops of their own, but they just need to sort of, I think, keep changing their defenses sporadically. That seemed to give Paul Kane some trouble. And keep capitalizing on transition, keep pushing the ball in transition. So starting out, the zone of Paul Kane almost creates a turnover, and does create a turnover momentarily. Little helter-skelter play at midcourt. Finally, we're going to get Pierce Ward setting things up against that 1-2-2 look. Shots should be coming from the baseline. I thought that maybe Hardy would adjust and give more baseline shooters against this 1-2-2. Burnett nails the three-pointer from the top of the key, and they set up the 2-2-1 pressure. There we go, textbook press break, sideline, middle, sideline, and there we go, not paying attention in transition, and a horrible foul. I mean, look at Joey Deason, look at his arms. There's no way you're going to stop him with a little touch foul like that. All you're going to get is a three-point play. You got to let that go, and whoever's not getting back on defense, how do you let the biggest guy on the floor and the best guy in transition and the best finisher get behind your defense? That is just really inexcusable. So it's 40-36. Evan Hardy up by 4 with 7:03 to go in the third quarter. Deason can't convert the three-point play. Hardy's going to look to set up that 2-2-1 again. Nice job of saving it, but blocked by Burnett. Able to retrieve it. Shot clock's down to 6. They're going to have to look to score. A little travel, but it's not called. And here comes Hardy in transition. Good job of getting back by Paul Kane that time. Excellent job stopping the fast break. Now they're going to set up, go against that zone, and they're really not running the offense that's super effective against this. So that's, I think, where Paul Kane can have an effect, is by getting back and playing that half-court defense. Here comes Blocker now, looking to go against that 2-3. Jacks up a shot, nails the 3. Pulling St. Albert within 1 point, 39-40, 6:07 to go in the third quarter. Doubling down on Deason now, who finds the cutter. Burnett, who can't get the shot to go, a little bit wild. Good offensive rebound by Unruh. He's a tough physical player underneath as well. And a three-point opportunity. Unruh sticking with the play. Able to get it. And another weak foul. Not that it wasn't a foul, but I mean, if you're going to foul those shooters, you got to make sure you can't get the ball up. And you got to make sure you get the ball and the arm and pull them down. I mean, if you're just going to brush by him, that's just three-point plays all day.
Three-point play.
Converting the three-point play is Unruh. 2-2-1 set up. Going down the sideline. Football. It's going to be a reset of the shot clock. Again, you know, Paul Kane really you want to go inside if you can. I mean, you go to the sidelines, see the trap coming, and try to get the ball to the middle. Blocker, I think he thought about that long three-point shot. They got to work this defense a little bit. They can get good looks. They just got to move the ball around. Blocker, I think, would be better suited to be a shooting guard. He's a good shooter, good scorer, good finisher. They need more of a facilitator at point, though. Off the turnover, little 1-2-2 pressure. Going to try to get the trap. That time they got the point guard to pick up his dribble, which is exactly what you want to do, but he made a nice find deep to Deason, who hit Burnett cutting to the hoop, and now he's unable to get the shot up amongst the tree and sea of arms. Finally a foul called. Unruh again scrapping and fighting underneath. And as a defense, if you're Paul Kane, you hate to see that. You do everything right. You make the point guard pick up the ball. You force the pass that you want. you swarm to the ball and you give the guy 2, 3, 4 shots at it when it's sort of a 3-on-1. But you got to credit Unra for fighting through that and really outworking 3 guys to get a 3-point opportunity. 43-39 is the score. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Unra trying to add, but he cannot. And Blocker will come up the floor for the Blues. Work it down to the baseline. Back out to Blocker, who jacks the 3. Nice follow by number 15, Balanek. Crashing the offensive glass. A lot of times against his own defense, if you can crash from the wings in the high post, you can have offensive rebounding opportunities. And Balanek did a good job of doing that time. You know when Blocker's got the ball in your hands, if you're his teammate, probably best to crash the offensive boards rather than cut for a pass, because that's probably where you get a better shot of getting the ball. Not to rail on him, but hey, we're on the internet. We can do things here we can't do on network TV. First free throw good by Balanek. Cuts the lead to 43-40. 4:58 to go in the third. Nails both of them. 43-41. Ward is going to bring the ball up against the 1-2-2 zone look. Hardy now gets the ball down to the baseline. There we go. Now they got 3 baseline players. Unra just takes it to the rim. The defense just kind of parted like the Red Sea there. Nice press break by Paul Kane. It's exactly what you want to do. They get a good look, but Unra is able to fight underneath and get the rebound. Here comes Ward, fires it down to Deason. Boy, they bring the ball up quickly in transition. And Unra again, boy, he's just scrapping and fighting and taking the ball away from Paul Kane players repeatedly. And Deason's going to get a chance for the 3-point play. I tell you, if you're going to foul Joey Deason, you better be committed to fouling him, because I mean, that he's got to outweigh everybody on the floor by about 30 pounds. I'm pretty sure he could bench press the starting lineup of the Paul Kane Blues. If you're going to foul him, you got to commit. Get on that ball and really foul him hard, because a half foul is just going to lead to a 3-point play. Although, you know, if you've seen him shoot free throws so far today, he hasn't been all that effective. Another reason to foul him hard, put him on the line for 2 shots instead of giving him the free throw, or the 2 on the conversion plus the 1 bonus, because he's missing most of his bonus shots. So we've got a 47-41 score, 4:20 to go in the third quarter. And basically the teams have come out and done what they've done in the first half. A lot of transition, trying to make their presses work. It's worked in spurts, but I think both presses have almost given up as much as they've gained. Hardy's done a better job, at least when they're not getting the turnover. Paul Kane's doing a good job of actually beating the press textbook-wise, but they haven't always been able to finish and convert. But from what I've seen from both teams, they don't really want to run a half-court offense. And if I'm coaching against them, I'm going to make them run a half-court offense and try to limit their transition opportunities. And if that means going away from my style a little bit and backing off the press, so be it. Because both these teams want to finish in transition, and they're really comfortable in breaking pressure. Deason does convert that one, 48-41. 2-2-1 set up here for Evan Hardy. Blocker down the sidelines, nice give and go. Gets it back, easy conversion for Blocker. Hardy right over the top, in quickly, easily breaking the pressure. See now though, they did a good job of getting back, forcing Hardy to play in the half court. And now if they can force a jump shot, they'll have been successful. There you go. Air ball for number 14, Friesen. And that's exactly what you want to do if you're Paul Kane. Blocker, another quick shot. Not getting his teammates involved at all. He's shooting probably about 20% from the perimeter. If that, that's just a figure off the top of my head. But he's missing far more than he's making. And he's really, as a point guard, putting his team in a bind. Deason goes up and gets the lob. I guess it was all ball, no call. And here come the Blues. But they turn it over at midcourt. Shaky ball handling. Lost opportunity there. But they did a good job of swarming the ball and really getting on Deason. And hanging on for dear life, I guess. Now a little half-court action. We've got Hardy in the 2-3 working it around. Got to keep that ball moving. There you go, skip pass. Little penetration and kick is what they need. Tried to do it there, but lost the ball. Was number 9, Kevin Blair, turned it over there. It's going to go to the Souls. The Blues seem really hesitant in the half court. Against the zone, you want to dribble, penetrate, and kick, or work the ball around the perimeter, finding cutters flashing in the paint, but the ball has really got to keep moving. Ball's a little bit stagnant at times, allowing Hardy to set up their zone and really making those rotations easy for the Souls. 48-43, 2:58 to go in the third quarter. Sticking with the 1-2-2 look is Paul Kane, finding the high post. Little in-out action now, driving baseline. And we're going to get a foul on number 13, Zach Wilkie, on the reach around there.
Number 13, Zach Wilkie, his third.
So Evan Hardy is trying to hit that baseline, but they're sort of doing it unconventionally. They're going to hit the high post and then look for their wings to cut baseline, which is another way to do it. Eventually, you got to get the ball to the baseline because they have 3 high and only 2 low, and that's where all the scoring opportunities are going to come. You can eventually force them then to bring their guys down low. You can kick it back up, maybe have some shot opportunities at the top, which you really have to pay for making a team only put 2 guys on the baseline. Friesen able to convert both free throws, extending the lead to 50-43. 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Little skip pass across the zone press. Blocker at the top. Now Hardy falls back into that 2-3. Going to get a little screen for Blocker. Nice pick and pop. And a nice conversion. That's an excellent half-court attack against the zone. Ballinack did a good job of finding the open space. Blocker did a good job of hitting him with the ball where he could score. But Unruh comes back. Nice conversion underneath for Unruh. He does such a good job as a 6-footer of playing big, playing down low, and really taking on the big men. Nice find. Blocker, that's a good open look. That's a shot you do want to take. Ball rotated, kicks back out. Inside out against the zone is where the shot should come from on the perimeter. And that's a shot that Blocker should take. Just couldn't convert that time. Unruh again among the trees, and he finishes. He's doing a heck of a job against bigger players. Big physical player. Working it around. Got Hardy out of that press. Baseline 3 won't go for Ballinack. And here comes Hardy's transition. Deason couldn't convert. Beautiful pass by number 11, Pierce Ward, finding the streaking Friesen. You want a point guard that's aggressive like that and that wants to hit ahead, wants to find the runners on the lane and on the wings rather than point guards who want to dribble and dribble and dribble. You love those point guards who hit ahead, and as finishers and as wing players, you can't ask for opportunities like that to get easy scores. So we got a timeout on the floor. 54-45. 1:20 to go in the third quarter, Evan Hardy holding a 9-point lead. The transition game of Hardy continues to frustrate Paul Kane. And the 2-2-1 of press of Hardy is actually now starting to slow them down a little bit. They're not going for the aggressive double teams like they were early. They're just sort of using the pressure to slow down the attack from Paul Kane and get them into their half-court offense. But if you don't gamble, you can still run that 2-2-1 pressure to slow them down. If you don't gamble with the double teams, you're not leaving yourself open to layup opportunities on easy scores, and that's what they've done. They've done a good job of making the Blues play half-court, and that's exactly what I would do, especially Blocker obviously is a shooter. He's not getting the ball to go, not getting it to drop, and I'd keep inviting him to shoot because that's he takes quick shots and he can really help Hardy here. Here we go. 1:15 to go in the third quarter. We're back in. Little press break, kick out for the open look, swings it around, and sloppy ball handling at the top, easy conversion. Pierce Ward had a 3-point play he wishes he could have made there. He'll go to the line for 2. That's really tough when you're playing against a 2-3 zone or any type of zone and you turn it over at the top of the key. It's tough because everybody's facing the other way and ready to run in transition. And boy, it's a layup drill basically. Pierce Ward with a brick of a free throw that time. is going to try to get a little better touch on the second one here. 54-45, and he extends it to a 10-point lead with a minute to play in the third quarter. The Blues are in some trouble here. These 16-minute halves make it tough if you fall behind. They need to finish this quarter strong to avoid falling into an insurmountable hole here heading into the fourth quarter. Doing a good job now moving the ball against the zone. Oh, turnover a little too high for Balanak. He had him in the high post. He was open. Just a poor pass. Hardy unable to convert, but decent fighting underneath, and he's going to draw the foul. The Blues had the right idea there. They're doing a better job now of getting quick ball movement. But it's all about execution.
Check that, 22.
Decent looking to convert 2 free throws. 37.5 seconds to go. That's 37.5 for you metric freaks out there. Evan Hardy holding a 10-point lead. And I'm talking to myself, so sometimes when you have to fill in both sides of the conversation, you get a little wacky. Both free throws converted. One of the two converted for Decent. 11-point lead, 33 seconds to go. And we'll see if they hold for a 2-for-1 here. No, they're not going to do the 2-for-1. 12 seconds to go. They need to get a shot up. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Long three in the corner by number 23, Gavin Bradley, who hasn't really done much in this quarter. There's a nice penetrating dish by Blocker, and that's exactly what you need from your point guard. 5 seconds to go. Long shot by Pierce Ward. It's off. So as we head into the fourth quarter, Evan Hardy holds a 56-47 lead. I thought last play there, Blocker did a great job of playing point guard. He dribble penetrates and then kicks it over to an open teammate when the help comes. And that's what you want your point guard to be, a pass-first facilitator who gets everybody else involved. If he can continue to do that and then look for his shot later in the shot clock, because obviously he can get his shot off any time. And obviously he's a good shooter because otherwise he wouldn't be taking that many. If he can facilitate early and then maybe look to hit his shot later in the shot clock, I think the Blues have a chance to get some better looks offensively. Hardy just has to keep doing what they're doing. That third quarter was good to them. The transition game continued. They were able to, Unruh did a great job in that third quarter, really generating second and third shot opportunities for Hardy. And again, Hardy has not had to convert from outside the paint. It's been a layup drill and a free throw drill for them so far. If the Blues want to win this game, they need to make Hardy a jump shooting team. And if they can't do that, they're going to have an awfully hard time overcoming this 9-point deficit with only 8 minutes to go. 8-minute quarters, the game speeds up a lot, and climbing out of holes can be tough. So as we start the fourth and final quarter, the ball will be inbounded by Gavin Bradley to Blocker. 2-3 zone still for the Hardy Souls. They're going to stay in that. Bradley on the wing trying to work it around. You got to penetrate the zone eventually, but you got to move it around the perimeter. Make the zone move side to side. Get him out of position. Bradley does a nice job of penetrating and gives an easy look. Perfect offense against 2-3 zone. That was number 14, Justin Weeb, with the conversion. And Hardy now against that 1-2-2 look. Got to make him shoot jump shots if you're the Blues. That's where you want Decent if you're the Blues. 50 feet from the hoop. Couldn't hit the backdoor cut. It was an awful lot of traffic. Now Weeb is going to try to convert in transition. Little spin move and he'll go to the line. Tough pass that time by Pierce Ward, trying to make something something out of nothing. An opportunity that wasn't there. And if you're Hardy playing with the lead at this time, you don't want to take chances like that. I mean, turnovers and providing extra opportunities and open court opportunities and transition opportunities is what's going to get St. Albert back in this. You want to limit that if you're the Souls. Good defense that time by the Blues, though. I mean, Hardy does not want to take the open jump shot. They definitely want to get back cuts and layups and transition hoops. That time forcing it. 56-50, converted 2 free throws. 7 minutes to go in this one. 1-2-2 press. into the middle, and another sloppy pass. Anticipated very nicely by Bradley, number 23. Unfortunately, they throw it away, but it turned right back over. And another foul. We're going to go back to the free throw line. Gavin Bradley's going to shoot a pair. And again, Evan Hardy, some careless passes. I mean, if you're Evan Hardy, you just got to take care of the ball at this point. You don't need to take chances, and I think that's what Barclay Patterson's going to tell them. They've just called a timeout with 7:01 to go, 6-point lead. He's just got to tell his guys, look, we're the ones winning here. We're not the ones who have to scramble and try to make big plays. We just have to take what the defense is giving us, which they've done a great job of in that third quarter. There wasn't much pressure on either one of those turnovers that Hardy had. It was just sort of trying to make something out of nothing that wasn't there. So Barclay's just going to tell his guys, settle down, and let's go back to dancing with what got us here. Dance with who brung ya. And that's making simple, safe passes and attacking the rim and hitting transition hoops. And, you know, the one thing, if you're the Heart Souls, the one time you don't mind turnovers, even at this point in the game, is in transition, because that's their identity. That's who they are. They want to push the ball. Half-court turnovers, though, just kill you if you're a team like this, because you'll put up with turnovers in transition. You'll live with those as part of your style. A little risk-reward, but you don't want those in the half-court. Now Gavin Bradley's going to have a chance to cut the lead to 4 here. Hardy's got to get it together. Get back to what got them the lead. Bradley misses the first shot. He's going to look to cut it to 5 with 7:01 to play. 56-50 is our current score. He does hit the second one, 56-51. 7 minutes to go. 1-2-2 pressure. Driving it down to the double team and the baseline. Deason went up with a pretty weak shot there. Given his strength and size, he could go up over the top of that. He let them take the ball away from him, but it's going to go out, still be Hardy's basketball. Bernier is going to throw it in from the baseline. And just while we have a moment, just got to, Barclay Patterson, great coach, great guy, but I got to say, the jeans and shirt and tie look, Cameron Fisher is outdoing him in terms of the coach's styling department. But we're back to the game, and here we go. 6:45 to go. Hardy inbounds it. Nice baseline drive by Unruh. Can't get it to fall, but as always, he's fighting and scrapping. Gets his own offensive rebound, and he earns himself a trip to the free throw line. And, if you're Evan Hardy, boy, Unruh does a great job of driving baseline. Misses a bunny. Gives St. Albert a perfect opportunity. Can't get it to fall. I guess he wasn't shooting, so they'll inbound it from the baseline, which kind of works in their favor. They can work some more clock. Decent, a little lazy there. Really lazy there. They need to get a shot up here at 13 seconds, and they don't. Boy, just careless play by Joey Deason. And then he commits the foul on the other end. It almost looked like he was sort of going half speed there. Didn't realize that he was going to face the pressure from the St. Albert defender. And this game has gotten close enough now where it's almost like Hardy is thought going into this fourth quarter that the game was in the bag. They seem to have exhaled a little bit, and now they find themselves in a 4-point game with a chance to cut it to 3. It's 56-52 with one more free throw coming from Weeb. 6:23 to go. Hardy's got to refine that intensity and realize that they're in an actual game here. Second free throw misses. Ward coming back in transition. Tipped away from behind, and the Blues have another opportunity here as they set up in the half court. Blocker on the wing, baseline drive. Gets it to go in the foul. Does a good job of taking it to the rim, drawing the contact. Nice finish over the top. And Blocker now has a chance to cut the lead to 1 point. 56-54, 6:08 to play, and Barclay Patterson takes another timeout. He's got to light a fire under his guys. Sloppy play, sloppy turnovers on offense. Defensively, they're still playing decently well, but St. Albert's got the players to make shots. They can't, now that the game's close, they can't afford to have these turnovers on the offensive end. So as coaches head into the timeout, I'm sure Barclay is telling his guys, to be safe with the ball, to make sure that they get good looks every time down. Turnovers at half court and turnovers in the half court just lead to transition opportunities and wasted opportunities. On the other end, Paul Kane, they got to continue to take the ball to the rim. When they're settling for jump shots and quick jump shots, it hasn't worked for them. They fell behind. Fourth quarter, they've started to penetrate that zone and not settle. Take it to the rim, take it to the defenders, make the help come in, and then draw to the open man. And that drive and dish has been working so well. Now Blocker's got a chance to go to the free throw line, and if he can heat up down the stretch, Hardy's in some trouble here. 6:08 to go, 56-54 as Blocker tries to hit his free throw. He does, 56-55. And now we've got a little 2-2-1 pressure again. Dangerous pass. Ball back into the zone. Into the high post. Now we got to get a baseline cutter. No, doesn't happen. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Deason's going to try to take it. Does. Nice. Physical. Bursts into the lane and hits Unruh for the two. That's just Deason being quicker and stronger than everybody else. Nice play against the zone for the drive and dish. 58-55. 5.5 to go. Little high screen for Blocker. He doesn't get what he wants, but he's going to reverse the ball. That's a tough angle. Tough to throw an entry pass against the 2-3 zone to the low post, especially when it's high like that. It's a costly turnover. See if Hardy can take advantage. High post. Nice little step through by Bernier. And the zone's got to be tougher than that. He just walked right in from the high post. You can't allow that if you're playing a 2-3 zone. Blocker with a quick shot, knocks it down. That's a three-pointer. So we now have a 60-58 score with 5 minutes to go. Blocker is starting to heat up a little bit here. See if he can carry his team down the stretch. Working the zone, working the clock. Deason penetrates, little floater in the lane. Can't get it to go. Here comes the Blues. Here come the Blues in transition. Oh, nice follow by number 15, Lyndon Bolanak. And again, penetration forces the defense to rotate. Offensive rebounder has a chance to put back the shot. 60-60, we got a tie game. 4 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Hardy working it around. Baseline drive by Unruh. Takes it down low where he seems to be comfortable and fights to get his own rebound. He's just so impressive with his ability to go up and get his own shot and continually fight. I mean, that's really, he drives in. He's got all his momentum going sideways. For him to be able to get his own offensive rebound is really impressive. Hardy's going to get it on the jump ball with possession arrow. Possession arrow could be big down the stretch here. Tie game, 4:07 to go. Knotted up at 60. Got a little wet spot on the floor. Brad Smith supplying the towel. Veteran phys ed teacher and understanding how to get that floor ready to roll. Ready to inbound it. Bernier looking at those interior screens. Forced it into Deason. Those interior screens were there. A lot of junk and trash in the lane. Shouldn't have forced it in there and did, and then turned it over coming back from out of bounds. The Blues have a chance to take a lead here. A little high pick. Block taking a baseline, and we've seen him do that a couple times. Swings the ball around to Bradley. Baseline drive. Little floater lefty. 62-60. St. Albert takes the lead. Shaky ball handling by Pierce Ward there. Gets it over to the wing, and now they need to attack with Unruh to the baseline. Boy, almost a slow motion drive. Somebody's got to get in front of him. That was a slow motion take to the rim to tie it at 62. That 3-2 zone defense, just so many holes on the baseline, and they're not doing a good job of stepping in. Blocker to Bradley on the wing. Little pump fake penetration. A lot of slapping, a lot of hand contact. No foul called. Ball out of bounds. Going to stay with Evan Hardy. Bradley's doing a great job dribble penetrating, and Hardy's zone, much like Paul Kane's zone, not doing a very good job of stepping in and closing off those driving lanes. dribble penetration is getting far too deep in the lane, and it's forcing the baseline guys to step up and help, and it's allowing layup opportunities for both sides. Got to shore up those zone defensive principles heading down the stretch here in a tie game. Open look for three, and a brick by number 14, Chris Friesen. And that's exactly what you want, forcing jump shots. Hardy does not want to shoot jump shots. Fortunately, they were able to get the turnover there in transition. And if you're the Blues, again, make them shoot jump shots. Do not give them driving lanes, driving angles. Joey Deason on the baseline with a jumper. Again, he can't hit it. And I honestly can't remember the last time Hardy hit a shot outside the paint. Good job by the Blues defensively. Now they have a chance, taking a lead here again. Balanak at the top. He's going to fire up a three. Oh, his foot was on the line. It's only going to be a two. So 64-62. 2:13 to go. Blocker tries to shoot the gap there. Unruh takes it to the rim. You know he's going to fight for his rebound. Can't do it that time. Balanak was able to grab the rebound.
2 minutes remaining in regulation.
Bradley's going to head up the floor. Nice hit ahead to number 14, Weeb. And he's going to be called for the offensive foul. No basket. Jumped into the defender who had established position. Nice job defensively. But with your Weeb, I mean, you got to take it in. That's a good call. Lots of times that'll be a no call, or you get the block. Those bang charge block calls, the hardest calls in basketball to make. Went against the Blues that time, and now they need a stop with 1:48 to go. And a horrible pass by Pierce Ward. He's had a few, I guess, sloppy turnovers. You hate to see that down the stretch when you need to keep possession. Now Blocker is going to see what he can do against that 2-3. Bradley from the left wing, a little pull-up. Very nice. Knocks it down to tie this game with 1.5 minutes. Barkley Patterson uses his final timeout with 1:29. A 4-point lead for St. Albert. Sorry, I got mixed up in the score there. St. Albert actually a 4-point lead, which made that turnover by Pierce Ward even more critical. He threw that post entry pass about 2 feet too high. It really wasn't even close. You need now, if you're Evan Hardy, you need poise, because with 1:29 to go, you're 2 possessions down. You need scores quickly. So you don't want to get a turnover. Worse, you need to get at least a shot up on the rim so you give your own guys a chance to fight for those offensive rebounds. And we've seen Unruh time and again able to grab his own and his teammates' misses. We've seen Deason able to grab the offensive board. So getting a shot up on the rim is critical. You cannot turn the ball over if you're Evan Hardy. You don't have to worry about clock yet. You can still take your time and get a good look. And you certainly don't have to worry about 3-point shots yet, especially if you're Hardy and you're not a 3-point shooting team, you're not a jump shooting team. You still want to run your offense and you still want to get something to the rim, to the basket, see if you can get those 3-point plays the old-fashioned way. So Hardy's going to inbound with 1:29 to go, facing a 66-62 deficit. 1-2-2 look again from St. Albert. They're going to stay with the defense they played most of the game. Horrible turnover by Unruh. Jump stop. He got stripped. And here we go in transition. Bradley probably could have taken some clock there. That was, I know it's their style, but then you got to sort of slow up and take some clock with a minute left and a 4-point lead. Now Hardy desperately needs a score on this possession. Unruh trying to dribble penetrate. You need to run your offense. Deason tries a left-handed drive. He can't get it to go, and now Hardy's up against it. They need a turnover or maybe a quick foul here. It's almost time to foul if you can't get it. 17 on the shot clock, 45 on the game clock, down by 4. They can't foul now. They've let it go too long. Now you got to ride this possession out. You can't bail them out with a foul. 6 seconds on the shot clock, 4 on the clock. They're not going to get a shot up. And that won't count. That won't count. So Hardy now needs to start to think maybe about the 3. They do have lots of time if they can get a quick 2. But if they get a 2, they're going to have to foul on the other end. So if you can go inside and out, you might have an opportunity for an open 3, although that doesn't seem to be their forte. Penetration kick out. There we go, in and out. Number 14, Chris Friesen. Oh, that was a long 2. They only gave him 2 on that one. That really hurts. Now you need to foul. You need to foul. You need to foul. 2-point game, 12 seconds to go. Wow. And Evan Hardy gambled on being able to get a turnover, but the Blues almost bailed them out by shooting the ball. They didn't need to shoot the ball. Shooter, 1.1 seconds on the clock. 60